and welcome to another video. So it is Sunday night, we have had a bit of a busy weekend, so I'm making comfort food tonight. We are having broccoli and blue Stilton soup with some hot crusty rolls. The rolls I'm cheating, they are par baked, so all we've got to do is chuck those in the oven. Jason is at work, he isn't home till midnight, so this meal is devised so that he can just dip into it when he comes home. So let's get going. Okay, so into our crock pot we have 2 pints of vegetable stock, so that is just hot water and 2 vegetable stock cubes. We're going to add the rest of the flavouring with our vegetables. So I have 1 large onion, 2 sticks of celery, a large carrot, a large potato which will be used for thickening as it kind of melts down, and 2 heads of broccoli. So we'll get started with our mirepoix, with our first initial seasonings. Get these chopped down, so they don't need to be chopped up massively. They just need to be into good sized chunks like that. Straight into the hot water. This forms the base of any good soup or stock because they're called aromatic vegetables, particularly onions and carrots. Carrots are sweet. Celery has a freshness, and onions of course have that lovely savoury. So I'll get these chopped up and in, and then we will sort out our broccoli. Right, so all our veggies chopped up, I'm just putting the last of it in, and then we'll give that a stir around. So because this is going to be in the slow cooker for a while, you don't need to add any cheese or anything like that just yet. What we want is for these vegetables to cook down. If you've watched my pumpkin soup video, it's exactly the same kind of system. We want all that to start to cook down to make the base flavour of the soup. Because it's a broccoli soup, we need lots, knocking you all over, and lots of broccoli. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take off, I call them the little tree bits, I think they're called florets, I think that's the correct one. Any big ones just cut in half, and you want to make sure that these actually sink into this mixture. If you do them too big, you won't have enough room in your pot, unless you have a massive crock pot. I usually found round about that's the right size. It's all going to be blended towards the end, so we just want to get all this broccoli in, and we'll give it a good stir and add some seasoning. If they have some leaves on, some of the actual broccolis have these little leaves, just check that they're fully green. Again, the great flavouring for it, so we'll get those in as well. Come back in a moment when we've got the broccoli in. Okay, so as you can see, all we have left is the 2 stalks. You can put those in if you want. I personally find them really woody and quite tough, so I'll leave them out. Our crock pot is full to the brim, so what we need to do is leave it on high for a couple of hours in order to let all that simmer down and soften so that we can give it a good stir. So that's it, that's all you do. It's already got flavouring in with those vegetables, it's got some stock in. We're going to leave it. We're going to leave it for probably a couple of hours, come back and check and see how we're getting on. Okay, so we've just popped in the kitchen to feed the dog. Just having a look at this now, so you can see that that has actually reduced. It was up here when we first popped it all in. You can see that's actually reduced quite a lot. The veggies are there starting to come up now, so I just need that another couple of hours. Actually starting to cook. Smells like broccoli, which a broccoli soup should. Okay folks, so it's been about 3 hours, excuse the steam. That's what we're working with, so we're going to give that a good blitz now and get some blue cheese into it. Okay, so this is what it looks like when it's all blitzed. You can see it doesn't need any thickening because of that potato we put in. It's actually quite a nice thick soup. So what I'm going to do next is crumble some blue cheese into it. So we have our broccoli soup. All we need to do now is add our cheese. So I use whatever cheese I can get my hands on. This time I'm using Castellio Danish Blue. So we're going to get that crumbled up and in. And we might put a little bit of seasoning, a few herbs through it, and then it'll sit for the last hour just to finish cooking through. So I'll show you what's happening in a moment. Okay, so we've added our blue cheese and we're just going to give that one final blitz just to get that nice and through and help it on its way to being integrated into the soup. So we'll give it a blitz. Right, so that's the cheese blended through. So you can see it's taken on that slightly paler colour now. That's as the cheese is through it. So now we're just going to let that on low now. We can turn it off from high because it's cooked. Just let that flavour go through that soup. And that will be ready by the time everyone's in from work. So next time you see it, it'll be in a bowl and it'll be our taste test. I will pop all the ingredients into the description. Any comments or questions, just pop them underneath and I will do my best to answer them. So we'll see you on the taste test. Okay, so we are back. Soup's all done. Jason's home. So he's just going to do a quick taste test for you.
Sort this out now and see if this is any good.
He says he's not tried it yet, but there was a suspicious spoon.
I have to wait for the taste test. Oh, I think that's the nicest one you've made yet.
Nice.
It is. Oh, I can really taste the blue cheese.
Good. So as you make these recipes, you find your own tastes, your own little tips and tricks and things that suit your taste and your own blend of seasonings that suit you. So all I do in mine is give you a little guideline of how I do it. So let me know if you give anything a try. Thanks so much for watching this one.
Banging.
Banging, says Jason. Drop any comments or questions and I'll try and get to them. Thank you so much for watching and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye for now.